And welcome to Assembly Update. I'm Ted Flint. Joining us today, Assemblyman Michael Novikov, who serves District Number 45. That is Kings County, Brooklyn. Brooklyn, New York. Good to see you, Assemblyman, as always.
Good to see you, Ted.
Busy week here in Albany. You've been really busy in your community, as always. And of course, in Albany, we'll get to a few things. I want to begin by you walked with a group recently to the Last Run for Their Lives event. You walked with a group of people to celebrate the Israeli hostages that one last time. So talk about what that was like.
It was sad and happy at the same time because this group was established and created after October 7th attack. I believe the first group appeared in California, and then it spread it all over the world. So Run for Their Lives became, like an advocate group for the hostages that was held by Hamas. And every Sunday, in different towns, different cities, different countries, peoples, Jews and non-Jews, not necessarily Jews, just people who thought that what happened in Israel was absolutely unfair and that the hostages had to be released immediately. Walked. Some groups, the younger groups, run, I guess.
Yeah.
A little older groups run. My particular group in my district, led by an amazing person, Ariel Neumann, was walking around Shipshead Bay Canal, and it's in about like a 20-25 minutes walk. Very pleasant.
Yep.
During the summertime, very unpleasant during harsh winter weather. However, I wasn't able to be present at absolutely every walk, but I was trying to be there as much as possible. I know some people were there like religiously, and I absolutely, I commend them for that, and that's amazing. And Ariel herself, the leader of the group, she shortly after October 7th, she moved to New Jersey from the area. So every Sunday she was coming from another state to lead her group, 9 a.m. every Sunday. And
Yeah.
I truly, I mean, it's unbelievable. She did such an amazing job, and she did it from, every person who was there took it as their personal tragedy. We were holding the posters of the hostages. We were, counting if someone was released. We were celebrating that the hostage was released. And as we marked the body of the last hostage was found by the IDF. His name is Ron Guili. He unfortunately he was killed in the first days of the attack. He was in a special police force, and he was brought back to Israel. His body was brought back to Israel as the last hostage. And we, of course, we celebrated it. Nobody realized that in October 7th, 2023, nobody could imagine that this would be over, the whole situation will go over 2 years.
Yeah.
From the very first hostage until the very last.
And it took that long to get the body of every hostage returned. Over 2 years.
Oh yeah. This not only that, this reshaped the world.
Yeah.
This reshaped world politics. So after the traditional walk, I invited everyone to my office because it was extremely cold.
Oh yeah.
Extremely cold, and everyone was so relieved to get in the warm office. And my office is literally across the street from the bay, so it was very convenient. We had some bagels,
Ah,
tea,
yeah,
coffee. I think around 40 or 50 people. I don't think my office is suited for so many people at the same time, but
that's
but we
that's a
were, you know,
it's a
we
great
we
turnout.
yes, yes, yes. We were so happy to celebrate the last hostage. Once again, thank you so much to Ariel Neumann, the leader of the group. Thank you to the movement, Run for Their Lives movement. Thank you to another person, Stephanie Ben Shimol, who I would say the second leader of the group. And just a great person. And to everyone in the group. Um, it was. We discussed with Ariel that I'm like, Ariel, what are we gonna do next? Like
Yeah.
we united all these people. So we're thinking of what because the yellow ribbon that I was wearing many times. You saw me with that.
Yeah.
I I put it down. We don't wear the yellow ribbons anymore. And I think that those walks and the yellow ribbons, it is all symbols of the resistance. It is a symbol of the resilience of the Jewish people, especially in times, these unfair times when
Mhm.
we do not understand why there is so much hate against us.
Yeah.
We truly do not understand what did we do to so these people hate us. And my office where I use the storefront, as you know, I use the storefront of my office to post those posters. I mean, why did I do that? Because I saw people taking down posters of the hostages, and I thought that this is so unfair that I decided to put them up inside my office in my storefront, saying like, "Hey, try to get those out of my storefront," you know?
Hmm. Yeah. What could be so offending to have just the posters of the hostages?
Exactly.
How could
Right.
that offend somebody?
That
Anyway,
that that is something I never understood, and I think I won't understand. And this is the resistance. This is the
right.
resilience. You know, so we do need to continue in some format to have symbols of this resilience, to have walks. So maybe we will meet like less
Yeah.
often. But I think this group needs to the whole movement of Run for Their Lives
Yes.
needs to kind of continue, but in a different format,
Sure.
perhaps.
They've certainly set the bar high for sure.
Oh
Let's
yeah.
shift gears a little bit. Talk about the annual kosher wine discussion event in your district, and you helped support some Jewish businesses in Midwood. Tell us about that.
That was a great event. That was such a joyful event in one of the shuls, one of the synagogues in Midwood. It's interesting that this festival, this food and wine, kosher food and wine festival, was started in a WhatsApp chat. Literally, people were discussing wines and food, kosher wines and food, and it all then transferred into an amazing event organized by a few people. And it is literally, it just it is wine, it is food, it is discussion, and it is kosher. Yeah, the wines. Oh my God, I tried so many great wines from all over the world, and of course wines from Israel. The cheaper options, the more expensive ones. The food was amazing. And people were great. It was just such a pleasure and an honor to be there and to give a citation to the New York State citation to the organizers of this wonderful event. I know the event runs for a few years. I never been there. It was my first time I visited, and I was very happy to do so.
In the interest of time, Assemblyman, let's discuss one final issue here. This the latest Mamdani appointment. Her name is Felissa Wisdom, I believe is how you pronounce her first name, and she has a history of
No
hate
wisdom
against-
in her.
Yeah, no wisdom at all. Right. She is. I'm looking at some information here regarding her. The news recently that Mamdani's health department staffers created a global oppression working group accusing Israel of genocide in Gaza. This is done. These are city workers, city employees on the taxpayer dime, engaged in this kind of activity. I'll have you comment.
It's really hard to comment that because how should we believe our new mayor who condemns anti-Semitic acts when the swastikas appear here and there? And by the way, my neighborhood and my district, one of the most affected districts in the state, in New York City, and I believe in the nation with swastikas because there's the Jewish community is so big there.
Yeah.
And when something like that happens, he always condemns, but those are just the words. I mean, show us action. Right. Show us action. Show that you have someone in your administration who really cares about the Jewish community, who condemns the Jewish community, not someone who is as anti-Semitic as our mayor is. Not was, is, because by appointing these people, he just, this is his true look,
Yep. He's confirming people's worst fears.
Exactly. Not the things that he's saying formally, right? That he kind of needs to say because he's a mayor and he needs to condemn any type of hate. Right. I sincerely, being Jewish, I sincerely condemn any hate towards Jews, towards Muslims, towards Christians, towards like any ethnic or religious group.
Right.
I have Muslim friends. I have people, I do respect Islam, not the radical Islam though, but I do respect this religion. I mean, listen, there are billions of people who are following Islam. Why shouldn't I respect that, right? Mm-hmm. And we want the same from our mayor. We want him to respect Judaism. We want him to respect Zionism. There's nothing wrong with Zionism. And we want him to have people in his administration. You don't have to love us. You don't have to love Jews, but respect. Have a respect, the same respect that you want for yourself, that you want for your people, that you want for your confession. Have a same respect for our people and our confession. That's it. That's all we're asking for. And unfortunately, Mamdani show us the opposite. And so his words cost nothing. His words are zero compared to his actions.
On that note, we'll wind things up with Assemblyman Michael Novikov. If you want to get in touch with the Assemblyman, you can do that by dialing him in Brooklyn at 718-743-4078. Assemblyman Novikov, always a pleasure to see you. We'll talk to you next week.
Thank you, Ted. Thank you very much.
See you next week. Thank you for your time. You bet. Thank you for your time, and thank you for joining us on Assembly Update. I'm Ted Flint.